Welcome to the world of Yin. As you make your way into your yoga mat, do some gentle neck rolls. This can be done kneeling or whatever feels better for the knees. Alright guys, do some shoulder rolls here. Just beginning to prepare the body and the mind for some stillness. And letting your fingertips come together, moving it around in one direction. So a lot of this Yin Yoga is really working the joints and the connective tissues. Switching sides in your wrist rolls. And then just shaking it out, making your way into child's pose. Use your props if you have any as you bring your big toes to touch, sink the hips back. Let the head gently roll side to side and just begin to welcome yourself in this space on your yoga mat, in this body, in this breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then inviting some stillness, closing the eyes. Right, let the breath move in and out gently in a yin-like fashion. Maybe pausing in between each breath and just noticing the peace and the stillness at the end of the inhale and at the end of the exhale. So our breath is always available for us to find the presence in the moment, as well as the sound. So notice the sounds around you. And even the sensation of the earth underneath you. I love setting intentions before I begin my practice. And for this one, let's set a mantra that resonates in our heart. It could be, I am healthy and well, or I am calm and peaceful. Anything at all that resonates in your heart, go ahead and set your mantra for this practice. And then continue to be aware of that peaceful, mindful breath in and out through the nose. Right, this is such a beautiful practice of nurturing and healing and stillness and peace. We all need it at this time. And letting yourself slowly come out of this, begin to stretch your arms, beginning to roll the head and meeting our way into our cat-cow. So on your hands and knees, and then move slowly here, right? Feel free to place a blanket under the knees. So moving in a yin-like fashion, tucking the toes as you exhale into cat, inhale into your cow belly, untucking and tucking the toes. And moving a little slower. When we move slower in these poses, we notice all the nuances in our subtle body. Right, you can keep your eyes closed or open. Right, just feeling some more space in the spine. Right, inhaling, opening up through the front, tucking the toes. Exhaling, pressing the earth away into your cat. And then adding some circular movements in one direction, maybe with or without cat-cow movements, or organic, spontaneous movement here, guys. You might feel the pop crackle in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your wrist. It's a great way to really be a witness to what's going on in your body, in your mind. Right, continue to circle in this direction. And then switching sides about 8 times. Circular motion of the hips, the neck. Right, so yin and yang. Yang is typically the energy that we're in. Right, it's heated, it's changing the world. And in this yin practice, it's more of the healing, acceptance, the nourishment. All right, complete a couple more circles here. And we're going to begin to meet in our Sphinx pose. Let your pelvis gently drop, coming down into your forearms. So I'm going to use a pillow here to place under my forearms. You don't need to do that. If you have any props, feel free to use them. Maybe placing your block or anything you have to rest your head on. And then for this one, I'm going to use my hands, cup my chin as an option. If you're feeling this on your low back, right, maybe bring your elbows a little bit wider or more forward. Right, once you find your yin pose in Sphinx, find your stillness. So there's 3 things in Yin Yoga, 3 truths or sattvas. Right, the first one is inviting just the right amount of intensity in each pose. Right, we're going to meet that wall of resistance, our edge, and we want to meet it with kindness, with ease and gentleness. We're not going to push through that wall of resistance, but instead just kind of say hello to it and back off a little. Right, the second truth is finding stillness, and only if it's painful do we move out of it, or if the body has invited us to move a little deeper. The third one is this time that we spend allowing our muscles to relax. All right, I'm actually going to move my forearms down if they were up, and just letting your head roll on one side and the other as if you're pouring sand on the face. And when you're ready, let your hands move under the shoulders, moving any props underneath you from this to the side. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. Gentle, gentle down dog. All right, let the hips up. And then bend your knees one at a time. All right, so while yang is heated, it's muscular, it's really more tapping into our sympathetic nervous system, right, which is the fight or flight mode, and we're typically in that space. So allowing ourselves to move in this yin-like fashion where it's cooling and nurturing, it's something we need for balancing our energies. All right, guys, we're going to come down onto our knees and make our way into seated. So if you wish to sit on a blanket, a pillow, coming into wide-legged here. So just a nice gentle stretch of the legs. Opening it up, maybe bending the knees a little. I'm going to begin to stretch the arms up and move side to side. Any movement that you need here before we find our yin pose, the stillness of this pose. Shoulder rolls, and then your hands can rest in front of you. And it takes about a minute for the body to soften, for the muscles to ease up. So resist the urge to move deeply the first few minutes here, the first few moments of breath. So about a minute in a gentle forward bend, just kind of easing the body into it. There's research showing that when we move deep into a stretch right away and come out of that stretch, our muscle bounces back to its original tightness. So it's better to allow your body to soften, and then it begins to open up a little bit more so you can move a little deeper. But you don't have to. You can move yourself and ease gently into it. Yin is about letting go, it's about surrender. And in a prayer, the serenity prayer, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So that serenity prayer is very similar to the philosophy of this practice. So yield yourself into this moment. accepting the things you can change and cannot change. Continue to breathe. Invite love into your practice, ahimsa. And anytime that mind wanders, remember the breath is available, the sounds around you, and the sensation of the nurturing earth underneath you. Soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, the tongue, the muscles around the eyes. Notice if there's any other tension you're gripping onto, and breathe into that space. And then we're going to begin to slowly ease our way up, inhaling back up into seated, and then pausing once you're there, just noticing the sensation. And then beginning to guide one knee to bend and the other. We're going to meet in windshield wiper, so use your hands behind you to support the back. And let the knees drop side to side. Maybe the neck looks left, right. If it feels good to linger in one direction, one pose for a moment, go ahead and do that. So just letting all that stagnant energy from that stillness move around a bit. Right? So yin is also about moving that prana or the chi throughout the entire body, throughout the meridians, in the entire subtle body. And then we're going to make our way down onto our back, slowly, slowly, rolling down. And when you're there, go ahead and hug your knees in and rock side to side, massaging the low back and just familiarizing the body in this position. So if you have any props you'd like to use as we come into our twist, half happy baby and twist, go ahead and gather that around you. Beginning to hug your left knee in. The right knee can stay bent or extended. We're coming into half happy baby with the left leg. Your left hand can grab a hold of your ankle, your shin, or the pinky edge of that left foot. Right leg can stay bent or straight, whatever feels better for the back. And then stay here and pause in your stillness, just right behind that wall of resistance, that edge. And then spending about a minute here. Close your eyes and breathing into that place of tension so that we can ease a little bit. So that hip is a big joint. There's lots of meridians intersecting, right? Connective tissues. They say there's issues in our tissues, emotional scars. So just be gentle as we slowly, slowly move a little deeper. And then beginning to shake the head gently in preparation to hug that knee in towards the chest, letting go of the foot, circling it gently in one direction. And then switching sides, switching the circle. We're going to get ready for our spinal twist. So you can move your hips to the left about an inch. We're going to stay with that left knee hugging in and guiding it over to the right. Let your left arm open up into a half T position. So I'm going to use my pillow here. If you have a block or a any other props you'd like to use, bolster, you can let it rest on that leg. Let your head gaze over to the left shoulder and close your eyes. Once again, finding the stillness, finding the ease. Right? Beginning to feel our nervous system switch from that fight or flight mode to this mode of healing and nurturing. Right? So too often, especially at this time, we're feeling the anxiety. We're usually in that sympathetic nervous system rather, and We're always on alert. Our body does not get a chance to balance itself out. So this yin practice is a great way to recalibrate the energy of the yin and the yang, the effort and the ease, the sun and the moon. So give yourself this permission to be still, to breathe, to connect, opening up that connection to yourself. Right? Feel your muscles soften a bit more. And then letting your gaze return back towards the sky. Unwinding from your twist, hug that knee into the chest one more time. And then extend that leg up to the sky, placing your hands anywhere in the leg as you circle that ankle around in one direction, about 8 times. And then switching sides. Moving the joint of the ankle around. It's important to keep it supple. All right, hug that knee in one more time. And then we're going to switch sides. I'm going to hug that right knee in. Left leg can stay bent or straight, depending on this side. It's going to feel a little bit different, so be mindful of that. Circle that right knee around. Circle it in one direction. Switching sides. Coming into our half happy baby. The shin, the ankle, or the pinky edge of the foot. So your right thigh is moving towards your rib cage. Close your eyes. Right, and just listening to the sounds around you, being present, being mindful. And beginning to feel your nervous system relax. Recalibrating. Right, finding that healing, that nourishment that we so need. Right, if any emotions arises, especially during these hip blossoming poses, right, simply acknowledge them without labeling it as positive or negative. Finding stillness in this busy world, we actually have this opportunity now as we are all staying at home, right, to practice. We don't only practice strengthening the muscles, but practice strengthening the muscle of concentration and awareness. All right, letting that knee come back to the center, hug it in. Circle it around, letting that prana flow a little bit more freely, and then switching sides. We're making our way into our spinal twist, so just move your hips to the right about 1 inch or 2. I'm moving my pillow. If you have a prop, move it there so that when you're ready to twist and guide that knee over to the left, it can be supported. It doesn't have to, it can float in the air. It just feels more grounding and calming when it's supported. So right arm reaches out in a half D, your gaze over to the right shoulder. And then close your eyes. And feel that breath moving in and out gently through the nose, and then noticing the pauses in between. Finding peace and stillness at the pause after each breath. Right, shifting from a high stress level to lowering the cortisol level in the Yin practice. Right, such a great opportunity to open up that connection to the self on the physical, mental, and emotional level, even spiritual. Breath is flowing, it is at ease, the mind, the body. right? Finding peace in the stillness. And it's okay if you feel anxious in the stillness. That's okay. Simply observe. These poses can get uncomfortable sometimes. And this is just an opportunity for us to observe our thoughts. Just like life, it's not always going to be smooth and easy, right? There's going to be some moments of discomfort. We breathe through it, and then we slowly in this pose come out, unwinding and extending that right leg up to the sky, moving the ankle around in one direction, and then switching sides. So in traditional Chinese medicine, they say moving the ankles around daily can help prevent a heart attack. So why not? Let's go ahead and return back to hugging both knees into the chest, rocking side to side as we prepare for our Shavasana. So take any other movements here. You can extend the legs up to the sky, stretch. Yes, move it around, spread the fingertips and your toes, and then finding a comfortable position for you. Your knees can bend, legs can straight, it can be supported with a pillow like mine here. Your hands can place on the belly to feel the rise and fall of the breath, or placing it by your sides. Move the neck gently side to side. And for the next few minutes here, I will stay with you in Shavasana, so we'll all meet in seated later. For now, take a deep inhale in and sigh it out the mouth. Let it go. Let's do that again. Deep inhale in through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. You are done with the poses. You are now in your Shavasana, feeling your body relax a little bit more, starting with the crown of your head, softening the scalp, softening the forehead, softening the space between the eyebrows, softening the cheekbones, the tongue, and the jaw. Feel your neck relax down the shoulders, and let that relaxation awareness move down the arms all the way to the fingertips, letting your fingertips curl in naturally toward the palm of your hands. Feel your back muscles surrender against the nurturing quality of the earth underneath you. The spine feels spacious. The buttocks are soft. The hips feel spacious. Feel your organs happy and nourished. Feel your heart open, vulnerable, and happy. Feel your legs relax, the thighs, the calf muscles, the ankles, all the way down to the tippy toes. The whole body, the back of the body resting on the earth, the front of the body facing up towards the sky. Earth underneath you and the sky above you, and let there be peace within you. Peace within you. For now, there's nothing to do. Simply rest, simply be. The breath is whatever it wants it to be. Right, complete surrender. And when you're ready, with your eyes closed, become aware once again on the sounds in the room, beyond the room. Become aware of your body resting on the floor. And then allow some movement in your toes and your fingertips. Rolling the head gently side to side. Stretching, awakening gently. We're coming back to life, hopefully feeling more nourished, more relaxed and balanced. And then begin to bend one knee and the other. Any organic movement here. And we're gonna meet on, hug the knees in when you're ready. And we're gonna meet on our left side here. Take your time, pause, and just let your head rest on your arm. And just notice how you feel and allow this feeling to linger throughout the rest of your day. And then when you're ready, press yourself up into your seated pose. Coming into any comfortable seated. Keep your eyes closed. And we're gonna meet in seated, and remember your mantra. Say it to yourself one more time. Take your hands to heart center. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. Namaste.